William Shakespeare probably first visited this building at the tender age of 4. A decade or so before he was born, the Reformation saw the closure of the Guild, and in 1553 the council was established to govern the town. William's father John was a prominent member of that council almost from the beginning, and he held several important positions, the first one of which was ale taster, which wasn't quite as glamorous as it sounded, because these days we'd probably refer to it as trading standards. However, in 1568, William's father John became the mayor or bailiff of Stratford. Now, one of the things he had to do in that role was to preside over the Court of Record, which was held right here in this building every second Wednesday. It was a quick and inexpensive way of administering justice, and it was run by locals who knew the people and issues involved. Generally, justice was settled by imposition of a fine up to the court's maximum limit of £30, although they did have the power of imprisonment. The typical cases would include non-payment of debt or breach of the rules relating to the supply of ale or bread. John Shakespeare actually appeared before the courts several times himself, most notoriously for the leaving of a muck heap outside his house in Henley Street. William Shakespeare also brought a case to the court. This was for non-payment of a debt of 35 shillings and 10pence, which equates to about £1.79 in today's money. This is an artist's impression of what the court would have looked like in 1568 when John Shakespeare was bailiff of Stratford. Here we can see him presiding over the affairs. To his side, the magistrates, we've got the members of the jury, the accused, and behind the barriers here, members of the public. In the front, observing proceedings, is young William. He was living with his family at that time in nearby Henley Street, and it's almost certain that his mother would have brought him here to observe his father in action. What William saw here as a child would have remained in his memory for some time, and years later, when he was writing plays, some of those contained court scenes, such as The Merchant of Venice. It's amazing to consider that what William saw here as a 4-year-old helped him pen the works which were to make him famous the world over.